There is a moment in the Harry Potter story that most people watch and accept without truly understanding what it means. Harry Potter walks into the Forbidden Forest, alone, to die, and Dumbledore knew. He planned it, every single step of the way. The man who spent 7 years protecting Harry Potter, the man who fought Voldemort himself, who placed protective enchantments around an entire school, who moved mountains to keep one boy alive, deliberately sent that same boy to his death. And he never told him. Today we are going to look at the full truth behind Dumbledore's plan, not the version that makes him a hero. The real version, the one that raises a question most fans are too uncomfortable to ask. Was Dumbledore actually good? Let's start at the very beginning. When Voldemort attacked the Potter family on the night of October 31st, 1981, something happened that nobody fully understood. His killing curse rebounded. Voldemort's body was destroyed, but his soul, fractured and unstable from years of creating Horcruxes, had nowhere to go. A fragment of that soul latched onto the only living thing in the room: Harry Potter. Harry did not just survive that night. He became a Horcrux, an accidental one. The seventh and final piece of Voldemort's shattered soul, hidden inside a 1-year-old boy who had no idea what he was carrying. Dumbledore knew this, not immediately, but by the time Harry was at Hogwarts, by the time the visions started and the connection between Harry and Voldemort grew undeniable, Dumbledore had worked it out. Harry Potter was a Horcrux, and every Horcrux had to be destroyed for Voldemort to die. Now here is where the story becomes deeply uncomfortable. Dumbledore had a choice. He could tell Harry the truth immediately. He could give Harry years to prepare, to understand, to make peace with what he was facing. He chose not to. Instead, Dumbledore built a plan so precise, so calculated, so cold that it reads less like the work of a loving mentor and more like the work of a chess grandmaster. Harry was the final piece, and pieces do not get to know when they are about to be sacrificed. Dumbledore confided this truth to only one person: Severus Snape. A man he trusted completely precisely because Snape had loved Harry's mother with every piece of his soul. He told Snape that Harry must not know, that he must be raised and protected and guided toward courage, but never told the real cost of victory. Because if Harry knew too early, he might run, he might fight it, he might find another way. And there was no other way. Think about what Dumbledore was doing during all 7 years. Every lesson, every piece of knowledge he passed to Harry, every trial and challenge Harry faced. The Philosopher's Stone, the Chamber of Secrets, the Triwizard Tournament, the lessons in Dumbledore's private office in Year 6, where they hunted Horcruxes together. All of it was preparation, not to help Harry survive, to prepare Harry to die willingly. Because that was the key. Dumbledore understood something about ancient magic that even Voldemort missed entirely. Voldemort could only be truly defeated if Harry chose death. If Harry walked to his end without fighting it, without resisting, the protective magic that his mother's sacrifice had created would be invoked one final time. Harry's willing death would protect everyone around him, and the Horcrux inside him, the piece of Voldemort's soul, would be destroyed. But Harry himself might survive. The soul piece would die. Harry's own soul, pure and whole, might hold on. Might. Dumbledore was gambling with a child's life on a might. There is a line Snape says to Dumbledore in the memories Harry sees in the Pensieve. One of the most important lines in the entire series. Snape has just been told the truth. That Harry must die. That all this time, all these years of protecting him, all the danger and sacrifice, it was always leading here. And Snape, the man who hated Harry for most of his life, the man nobody trusted, the man everyone believed was a villain, turns to Dumbledore with tears in his eyes and says, "You have been raising him like a pig for slaughter." Dumbledore's response is silence, not denial, silence. So the question we have to sit with is this: was Dumbledore a good man? He loved Harry. That much seems true. He wept for the boy. He hated what had to happen. He called it the most terrible thing he had ever had to do. But love did not stop him from doing it. He made a calculation. Millions of lives against one. the wizarding world against a boy who had already survived more than any child should, and he decided the boy would die. He decided, not Harry, not Harry's parents, not fate, Dumbledore. But here is what makes this story extraordinary rather than simply tragic. Harry found out the truth. In the Forbidden Forest, looking into Dumbledore's memories through the Resurrection Stone, he understood everything. He understood what he was. He understood what had to happen. He understood that Dumbledore had known for years and never told him. And he walked into that forest anyway. He was 17 years old. He had every reason to run, every reason to fight, to rage, to refuse. He chose to die, not because Dumbledore made him, not because he had no choice, but because he understood that some things are worth dying for. And in that moment, in that single act of pure willing sacrifice, Harry became something Voldemort never understood, and Dumbledore spent 7 years praying he would become. He became his mother. Lily Potter died for her son without being asked. Harry Potter died for everyone else without being told. The magic that saved the world was not a spell. It was not a wand, or a prophecy, or a Horcrux destroyed. It was love given freely in the face of certain death. Dumbledore knew that was the only magic powerful enough to end Voldemort. He just needed Harry to discover it for himself. Whether that makes Dumbledore a genius or a monster depends entirely on which side of the sacrifice you are standing on. This is the Hidden Hogwarts, where every mystery has a darker truth underneath. Subscribe, and we will find them together.